Hans Wilsdorf. Remember the name. He wasn't just some bloke with a beard. He was a visionary. An orphan at the tender age of 12, he found himself in the heart of Switzerland. This wasn't some random backpacking trip. This was fate. Switzerland. Land of chocolate, mountains, and most importantly, watches. Wilsdorf didn't just wander around staring at cuckoo clocks. He got to work. He learned the trade inside and out. This wasn't just a job for him. It was an obsession. He saw the potential to elevate the wristwatch. Back then, they were seen as cheap, unreliable trinkets. Wilsdorf knew they could be so much more. He had a vision of a world where wristwatches were not just timekeepers, but symbols of precision, durability, and style. And boy, did he make that vision a reality. Fasten your seatbelts because we're about to take a thrilling ride through the history of Rolex. The year was 1905. The Wright brothers were still figuring out how to fly, and Einstein was blowing everyone's minds with this new-fangled thing called relativity. But something equally groundbreaking was happening in London. Wilsdorf, along with his brother-in-law Alfred Davis, founded a company, Wilsdorf and Davis. Catchy, right? They didn't start by building factories or hiring hundreds of workers. They were smart. They imported Swiss movements. These were the engines, the heart of the watch. They then put these movements into cases, and not just any cases, high-quality cases. It was a recipe for success. But Wilsdorf wasn't content with just being another watch company. He wanted something different, something unique, something short, something memorable. In 1908, the name Rolex was born. Legend has it that Wilsdorf was inspired by the sound a watch movement made, tick-tock Rolex. Whatever the inspiration, the name stuck. Here's a fun fact. Before Rolex, wristwatches were delicate little things. Drop one in water and you might as well have tossed it in the bin. Wilsdorf wanted to change that. He envisioned a wristwatch that could withstand anything. A watch for adventurers, explorers, and, dare I say, racing drivers. Enter the Oyster. Launched in 1926, the Oyster was a revelation. It was the world's first waterproof wristwatch. Water-resistant? No, my friend, waterproof. This wasn't just a marketing gimmick. The Oyster case was a masterpiece of engineering. It was like a bank vault for your wrist. But Wilsdorf wasn't done. He needed to prove to the world that the Oyster was the real deal, so he did what any sane person would do. He gave one to a swimmer about to cross the English Channel. Her name was Mercedes Gleitzer. After a grueling 10-hour swim, she emerged, triumphant. And the Oyster? It was still ticking. Section 4. Precision Redefined. The Perpetual and Beyond. Wilsdorf, the relentless innovator, wasn't about to rest on his laurels. He had conquered water. Now it was time to conquer winding. Back then you had to wind your watch every day. A minor inconvenience, you might think, but Wilsdorf saw an opportunity. In 1931, Rolex unveiled the Perpetual, the world's first self-winding wristwatch. It was a stroke of genius. The Perpetual used the natural movements of the wearer's wrist to power the watch. No more daily winding. It was a game changer. But Rolex didn't stop there. They continued to innovate. The Datejust, launched in 1945, was the first wristwatch to display the date in a window on the dial. It was both practical and stylish. Then came the Submariner in 1953, a watch designed for the depths of the ocean. It was rugged, reliable, and instantly recognizable. Rolex was on a roll. Section 5, a cut above, cultivating an aura of exclusivity. Rolex wasn't just about building great watches, it was about building a brand synonymous with luxury, precision, and adventure. Wilsdorf understood the power of marketing. He knew that perception was everything. He targeted a specific audience, the affluent, the successful, the discerning few. He positioned Rolex as the watch for achievers, and it worked. Celebrities, athletes, and world leaders were soon spotted wearing Rolexes. Rolex also understood the importance of storytelling. They sponsored expeditions, races, and sporting events. They equipped explorers, divers, and pilots. These weren't just endorsements, they were testaments to the durability and precision of Rolex watches. Section 6. The enduring allure of Rolex. From its humble beginnings in London to its current status as a global icon, Rolex has come a long way. The brand that Hans Wilsdorf built has stood the test of time. A Rolex isn't just a watch, it's a statement, a symbol of success, adventure, and enduring style. So the next time you see someone sporting a Rolex, remember the story behind the crown. Remember Hans Wilsdorf, the visionary who dared to dream of a world where wristwatches were more than just timekeepers. They were companions for life's adventures.